Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll share canned tuna curry recipe. So in terms of ingredients, it's very simple. So we've got some coriander, which we'll be using at the end. I've got one large onion that I've thinly sliced, and I've got 2 sprigs of curry leaf here. Now if you don't have curry leaf, that's absolutely fine. You can omit that, okay? Now from my spice dabba, what I will be using, I'll be using 1 teaspoon of turmeric. I'll be using 1.5 teaspoons of masala. Now, a lot of people ask me what this masala is made up of. So if you go to any Indian store, you will see masala. It's just written masala and it's from Fiji. Now, if you don't have that, you could use cumin seed, cumin powder and coriander powder and also a bit of garam masala. That's what it is, a mixture of. And then I'll use sarso, which is your mustard seed, and I'll use 1 teaspoon of that. I'll use 1.5 teaspoons of jeera, which is your cumin seeds. So that's also very simple, but a teaspoon of everything. I've then got 8 garlic here that I've crushed, and I've got about 4 or 5 chilies there. Now this is according to taste, according to how much you want to use. And then I'll add some salt according to taste. Now tuna, because I'm using tuna in olive oil, you could use tuna in brine or tuna in anything, but tuna's normally, if it's preserved, it's already got some salt in there, so just be a bit mindful when you're adding salt to this. So for 2 cans of tuna, now this is 185 grams, so that times 2. So for that I'll only be using 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we'll use some oil for cooking. Again, with oil, you just want to be mindful, because if you are using tuna that is in oil, you don't want it to be too oily. So what I will do, and I'll show you what that looks like, I will use just a bit of oil, and then I'll use the oil from this can to actually do that. So let's head into the kitchen and see how that all comes together. So to our pan, we'll add in our oil that came out of our tuna cans. Now just be careful when you're adding this, because it's got you can see there is oil there, but there's a bit of moisture in there, so when we add it to our pan, it will splatter. So just be a bit mindful when you're adding this in. I'll add that in. Now you can see my canned tuna had more water than oil in there, so now I've added in my avocado oil, and then once that's heated up nicely, I'll then add in my mustard seed, which is my sarso, and my cumin seed, and I'll add in my onion and my curry leaf. I'll give that all a nice mix, and I'll let that cook off for about 3 to 4 minutes, or unless it becomes translucent and starts to get a bit more brown. So give that all a nice mix, and you want to cook this in sort of low to medium heat now. That's all nicely done. So once it's all browned off, to that I'll add in my garlic and chili. Give that all a nice mix, and we'll cook that off for about 1 to 2 minutes, or until it becomes more fragrant. Once that's become fragrant, I'll add in my 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, which is my haldi. Give that all a nice mix. Now at this stage, if you think you need more oil, like I did, I'd like to have less oil in my cooking, but if you want, you could add more oil as well. And you want to cook off your turmeric for about a minute, then you want to add in your canned tuna. Once I've added that in, I'll add in my masala. So it'll look like it's only 1 spoon, but it is 1 heap teaspoon I've done, so it measures out to be about 1.5 teaspoons there. And then I've added in my 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I'll give this all a nice mix and let this cook for about 4 to 5 minutes, because canned tuna is already preserved, so you could eat this raw, but what you want to do is you just want everything to be incorporated really nice, and you want all the masalas to be cooked off, and the turmeric and to be cooked off, and garlic, chili, and onion taste, everything to get into the tuna. Now once that's cooked nicely, what you want to then do is just add in your coriander leaf. And at this stage, if your tuna is giving a bit of fishy taste, you could also you could also add a few lemon in there as well. You want to then give this a nice mix, and then let that cook up for about a minute or so before you serve that up. So there we go, that's looking really nice. Like I said, you can add more oil to this. I just don't like it with a lot of oil. And you can serve this up with rice, roti, or anything, or you could have this with bread as well. Now if you like my channel, if you like what I'm posting, feel free to share, like, and subscribe, and do let me know what else you want me to post. Take care, guys. Bye.